Hey there, everybody. My name's Steven, and I'm a first year PA student. And this is kind of my little weekly blog about what I've been up to while in PA school. Last week, I mentioned that I was in my psych section for my medicine course, and we just had our exam on that this morning. I did well. It was a fair exam, but it was also a super interesting section. So, my faculty advisor worked as a psych PA for like 10 years with the VA. Um, and he's fantastic. And what's cool about him is that it's kind of like having a mental health practitioner and counselor as your advisor. And every week, it's almost like you're getting like a nice little therapy session and a little motivation to keep going through PA school. Um, but what's even cooler about this past couple of weeks is that he normally when we have our group kind of case studies with our advisor group, we do a section and maybe it's women's health or derm, and my advisor knows about that stuff and enjoys teaching us about it. But this last section was his bread and butter, psych, and normally we might take an hour in our groups, and this week we pushed it right to the 2 hour mark, and you could tell he was in his zone. He had such a good time talking about it. And I think that's one really cool aspect of medicine is that even though it's similar throughout, there's so many little niches, I don't know, and you find something that you're really passionate about, and it becomes something that you love. It's not just your job; it's something that you love learning about. It's very interesting to you. You're not just doing it to get the paycheck and put the food on the table. You're doing it because you really enjoy it. You love the research and the science and the medicine behind it. So it was really cool to see him act that way and be like that, and be so passionate about it and kind of lead our group through a really cool discussion. This week was a very busy week. My mom's birthday was last weekend, and so I kind of like did no studying when I was visiting her and being there for her birthday. And so I had to grind this week because we had two exams and like a big quiz in EKG and then an exam in differential diagnosis. And one thing I will say, and I made a video, my last video that I just posted is about kind of mental health in PA school. I think it's extremely important to hang out with your family and hang out with your significant others and people who aren't involved in PA school. I also think it's really important to kind of have the mindset when you're there that you can do a little bit of studying and you can do a little bit of PA school while you're in those situations and you're hanging out with those people. But you have to be aware of where you are and you have to be present. So it was really hard for me, and I think it's hard whenever you're in those situations. It's really hard for me this past weekend to be totally present with my mom and my family. But what I did was I carved out like an hour and a half each day. And I know I said I didn't study at all earlier, but an hour and a half when you're in PA school, if you're in PA school, it's kind of almost like not studying. I hope that didn't come across wrong. But anyway, I carved like an hour and a half out each day to study for my exams. And in that hour and a half, I was all PA school. And then when I was around it, I did whatever I could. If those thoughts about PA school arose, I just non-judgmentally kind of swept them to the side and I focused on my family. I worked out, I went to the gym with my mom and went on walks, I went to the beach, and it was a really good time. And now we have spring break. So I get a week off. I'm going to go back to visit my family a little bit, and I'm also going to go to down south where my girlfriend's family lives and visit with her family as well. So I'm really excited. But that was my week, and next week I'm probably just do a little spring break video. But thank you guys for listening so much. I'm Steven. I'm a first year PA student, and if you want to keep seeing my videos, please like and subscribe. So thank you again.